the minimalist talk and why I threw the suitcase away. What had just recently happened in my life was I walked away from a marriage, a house, and all of the possessions that were in the house. I gave them all up. And tossing that suitcase was, in my mind, a very simple representation of me tossing everything, everything that makes, and I'm going to say this word, and it's bad word, but if you think of, okay, I'm going to think of my own family way back when, my grandparents' house full of stuff, years and years of stuff. I think about a garage, and a garage has got all these tools, just duplicates of tools, duplicates of Armor All, duplicates of spray paint, bikes, old bikes, tires. Just things are piling up because there's a place to put them. And you've got, you have kayaks for the summer, and you've got the skis for the winter, and the ice skates, and you've got the attic, and you've got a place to put all this stuff all the time, and stacks of books. And the dust is just, covering this stuff, a little bit each year. And, things are getting buried, things that shouldn't be buried, things that are really appalling are getting buried underneath all this stuff. And that's what was happening in my life. Things were getting so confusing, and I couldn't handle it anymore. And, without giving many details, I needed to get away from a situation that was dangerous. It was dangerous to my personal well-being, and there was an element of danger as well, just because of the guns that were in the house and the mindset that went with the guns. And so I gave up all of it. I wasn't going to do it halfway. I cut the entire tie, and I lost everything. I lost my half of my family, my home, all of the possessions that were in the house. And I had to deal with that, and am still dealing with that. And so that performance piece was just the beginning of working through what has happened and what continues to, the pieces are still falling, but working through it now that I'm on the other side and am safe and am happy and successful all at once, all those things all at once. What a time to be alive. So that was the day, that time that I took my clothes off on stage, and I plan to do it again. That's not an empty threat. I'll do it. You just tempt me, and I'll do it. I'm actually glad to do it, and I hope that it helps anybody else who's going through situations that they need to unload. And I hope they have an understanding, or at least can look to someone else and say, that person didn't die from it. And they moved through some really awful shit, and they didn't die. They got burned and scarred, but they didn't die. I hope the takeaway is that if your life, if you're at risk, if your kids are at risk, if your well-being and happiness is at risk, that matters. So if you need to make a change and you're afraid to do it, I hope the podcasts that are coming in the future and the ones that I've done in the past will help you see that you can do it. That's all I got today. This was long. Thanks for sticking through. I don't know where I'm going to go next. I never know when I start. And that's who I am. So thanks for sticking with me. And I'll talk to you again soon.